Hello everybody and welcome to SMB Capital. What we're gonna go over today is a price projection for one of the currencies that we use on a daily basis, which is the US dollar and Canadian. This is a picture that we have taken right at the beginning of the trend, in which we are basically expecting an uptrend or more or less about 100 pips on it. I'm gonna go in details in how we recognize this trend, and a little more in details of why the market needs to make another turn to the upside before it could actually flush down more. So in this case, we're gonna first talk about the uptrend, and we're gonna go into the market and find out exactly the reason why we're going on a long position on this currency. So first we're gonna start on a daily chart. We're gonna go and measure our Fibonacci retracement from bottom levels to the top, and then we're gonna go into smaller time frames to find reasons of the uptrend. So now that we go into H6, we know that the Fibonacci retracement, this pink level, at this point in the market would actually initiate a loan. If you go into previous videos, we had the uptrend actually forming the beginning and the end of it. And now that we are again on the bottoms of the market, we basically recognize that there is actually now a fade breakdown. This fade breakdown represents panic into the currency. So people start shorting the fade breakdowns, due to the fact that there's panic in the currency. So right now, what we are experiencing is that this basically breakdown is actually a fake breakdown. So we're gonna go into a reversal before it actually does anything else. So in this case, we had a fake breakdown, and we're going to cover it. So that's why the picture before it shows the beginning on the trend, on the trend and the trade going into reversal into the uptrend. So before anything else happens, we are expecting a reversal into the US dollar and Canadian of an uptrend into areas of 99.25 as a first target. So why this level? Why here? If we go into previous closing segments and market cycles, we recognize that Fibonacci retracements 618% level of support had been breached and penetrated. Therefore, a rebound to get those levels would encounter for those traders and an unexpected move into the upside. So in this case, we are projecting more or less about 100 pips rebound into US dollar and Canadian before any other price move, any other major price movement in the market. So even if it retraces down again to this levels of support base, which I have my FIBO of 1.38, more or less price levels of 98.98009, we're still going to be expecting support. So this is support base of the US dollar and Canadian. Also, just in case any fade breakdowns, just to panic the traders of any currency, actually to panic the traders, the participants, into more downtrends. And if we go now into 1 hour, we can probably find a small entrance, even if you guys want to take it, which is probably in levels 0.98 to 77, which would be levels of support at 600%. So in this case, support level will still be in base. Front support will be levels of Fibonacci retracements at 600%. So SMB has this psychological partners that recognize the market move. Our methodology, our psychology partners are based on short covering and long covering. So in this case, we're not going to short covering, going into the an uptrend, and more or less not a precise entrance, but more or less an area in which we're gonna gather into uptrends in this currency. In other words, the psychological partners are based on price expectation in the market. making whatever is not obvious and going into the opposite, in other words. So the obvious thing to do is probably short the breakdown, but in this case, whoever shorted the breakdown are into trouble already and then probably stopped out on any downtrends. So psychology of it is we actually took already profits, or we actually going into positive level due to those just base psychology. So as you can see, the price level is 0.98 to 98. Now now the price level is into 98.53. So that will give us already on a positive level. Actually, we have already 1-on-1 on the trade, and we're expecting at least a 3 to 4-to-1 reward on this trade. So we're still expecting more uptrends on the Canadian, expecting probably a price, even if it reaches down, we probably will find support on it, but the base is still there for more support. So watch for any fake breakdowns, probably levels of 0.98 to 74 will be a support level, and also the bottom levels of 0.98 as an even number. If you want more info in regards this trade, you can follow me on Twitter. I posted a link on the description on the video, and also if you want to email me, you can also do so at amsalazar@smbcap.com. See you guys next time.